Welcome to another episode of Core Top 10s. My name's Legacy.
And I'm Max.
I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
All right. Since we are in WrestleMania season and the road to WrestleMania, we wanted to do another fun podcast for you where we do top 10 WrestleMania moments. It has to be a moment you've seen. You don't have to see it live.
Yeah, didn't have to see it live.
People had different criteria. There are some interesting moments. There's going to be a couple controversial ones, mainly one controversial one, but we'll get there and we'll talk about it once it happens. All right, gentlemen, I got a question.
Oh.
Are you ready?
What?
No, I said, are you ready?
Always.
How can you not be after that?
So, we're going to go into our number 10. Oh, before I start, please like, share, subscribe, all that good, fun stuff. All right? We're going to go into our number 10. Came in with 7 points, voted by myself and Max. It comes from a huge spot that was tried to be recreated and was horribly botched by AEW, but WWE did it several years ago. It was a hardcore match. It is Edge Spears Mick Foley through the table that was on fire.
I completely forgot about AEW and Edge screwing that up.
But then it reset the table on fire.
Dang, tragic.
He overshot it.
Then he just ended up power bombing and the table still didn't break. It's tragic.
Well, he overshot it.
Yeah. He overshot it, which caused it not to break. But you could tell they were definitely trying to get that spear. But anyway, we're not talking about AEW. We're talking about the genuine article, the WrestleMania. Was it 20?
Oh, I forgot about this moment. I didn't vote for it.
This was WrestleMania 22. And then, of course, this was the Edge versus Mick Foley match. And leading up to it, the story was Mick Foley wanted his WrestleMania moment. And he has said he has yet to have one. And he was right at the time. He really didn't. His best stuff is not at WrestleMania. So this gave him that moment, and this is one of the most famous images in WWE history.
It helped elevate Edge, too.
Yeah, I like it because it's just a beautiful image, iconic.
They actually know how to light the table.
Yeah, as we saw in AEW, he still is one of the few guys there that knows how to light a table.
One
even
of
if
the
he
guys
gets
over
on
there
the
knows
spot.
how to work, too.
Well, we're not here to hate on AEW.
We also just played into the feud with how heated the feud was at this moment. When you see that spot, you're just like, of course, and it just shows the craziness of Mick Foley because this is well after he had retired, come back for this match, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll go through a table on fire. He probably was the one who came up with the idea. It would be awesome.
Oh, you know he came up with that idea.
That's just Mick Foley. He's crazy. He still wants to have one more death match, he said. So.
Yeah, I saw that. He said he wants to lose 100 pounds so he can have a death match. That's nuts.
No, hasn't he had hip replacements, knee replacements, something like that?
He's a battered man. He's
probably has. Yeah, and also do not try that at home. I might or might not have known somebody who tried this and it did not end well for them. So do not try this. All right, we're gonna go into our next one. It was voted on by one person. I feel a little bit bad because I forgot about it. It was a big moment. It comes in with 9 points. It is from D3. It is HBK retires Ric Flair.
Oh my God, what a shot!
Oh, wow. I'm sorry no one else picked that.
I got some other stuff from Michael. This was almost made my list.
Now, if this actually retired Ric Flair, this would be probably more impactful.
That's why I can't rate it as high. Because that's why I can't. It would have been perfect.
Wow,
Yeah, I agree. It does take some of the luster out of it.
Yeah, it's the pure emotion, though. You can feel it when Shawn Michaels said, "I'm sorry, I love you."
Yeah, because now you got how many times have other companies copied that? AEW's done that several times. I kind of wish people would stop.
Yeah, when you think of WrestleMania, when they show you a packet of a top 100 WrestleMania moments, this is going to be near the top.
But it's a good moment, and it's a pretty good match too.
To give people context of, in case some people forgot, this is also a moment where Ric Flair had a promo where he's going to wrestle forever. Vince McMahon comes and says, oh, you're not going to wrestle forever. If you lose, you will retire. And that's what it builds. So Ric Flair for weeks was wrestling, and he kept winning his matches. And finally, it was HBK and Ric Flair for this match. So it was really quite the moment. They built it well. And like they said, the emotion when you see HBK doesn't want a sweet chin kick him.
Yeah,
Um,
and then
and
Ric
Ric
Flair
Flair's
telling
like,
him to do it.
Like the next day on Raw, they even had his retirement thing where he was in the ring. All the people came to congratulate him and everything. It was really good. I mean, you kind of knew what was happening because the day before, also, he had gotten inducted in the Hall of Fame. It's the notorious, infamous, like he had like that really long Hall of Fame speech that people, you know, you have probably Triple H has gone to him where he had to keep telling him like, you have 2 minutes, man. You're running way too long. And he's like, dude, they kept telling, he's like the whole time, he's like, they kept telling me I had to go to him, tell him I had 2 more minutes, and Ric Flair's not listening. He's like, what do you want me to do, man? It's
Ric Flair is a guy that loves hearing himself talk.
Yeah, and he had a really long career, so at least he can kind of be like, I have a.
Yeah, so many legendary moments.
All right, we're going to go to our number 8, coming in with 10 points. We're going from one retirement to the next retirement, or what was supposed to be the retirement, but this one's a little bit better. It was voted on by D3 and Vitamin J. It is Taker retires HBK.
I initially had Shawn Michaels retiring Flair, and then I swapped it with Undertaker retiring Shawn Michaels, because to me that's bigger, because one, Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, and two, it was, you know, it's retiring Shawn Michaels, whereas, I mean, Ric Flair, obviously he was really good in WWF, but most people remember him from WCW, whereas this just felt like a kind of a nearing the end of the moment of all the wrestlers you grew up with. They're, you know, finishing up their time in the ring.
Yeah, outside of a one more match, you know, Shawn Michaels pretty much has been retired.
Man, we do not talk about Ball Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, we don't. That's cursed.
I hope the Saudi money was worth it.
Yeah,
It probably was.
I was going to say, yeah, 100%.
It probably was.
Probably gonna pay at least $1 million.
But anyway, and it was also a great match. To me, it's a better match than the Shawn Michaels Ric Flair match. Both
Yes.
Shawn Michaels Undertaker matches are some of the best matches ever.
Well, like we said, I like how it's like a reverse. At the end, Taker's kind of looking at it, and then Shawn Michaels kind of like antagonizes him to do it. Does he slap him or what?
Yeah, he slapped him. Then Undertaker hits him with the old jumping tombstone.
Yeah, he put some
that's
stank on that final tombstone.
You can see he's like on his final breath, and he's like clutching at him. He's like, you know, one of those, do it. And also, I feel there was a great buildup from the year before they put on. The storyline was really good as well.
The storyline was really good.
like
They had Undertaker refuse to give him the match.
And then Michaels cost him the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, Undertaker was World Heavyweight Champion. Shawn Michaels did not win the Rumble. That was one of the best eliminations ever. The Batista eliminated him, and Shawn Michaels was like flipped out because he lost his chance to get to the Undertaker. Then he thought, "Hey, I'm just gonna, you know, remove the belt from the equation." And then I think Jericho won the match.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So then now Undertaker had a reason to get back at Shawn Michaels. He's like, "Hey, you cost me the championship. I kind of like that title. We got beef."
It was streak versus career. So, the great match. All right, we're going to go into our number 7. It came with 11 points. It was voted on by myself and Max. This one is not known for its longevity, but it's known for reminding us sometimes 5 minutes is all you need to make a great WrestleMania moment. It is Lesnar versus Goldberg in their 5-minute banger.
And he delivers a triple German suplex to Goldberg, but from behind. Here comes Goldberg.
It wasn't probably even 5 minutes.
Sub 5, I think. I think it was less than
Yeah,
that.
it was like 4 minutes and 45 seconds, I think, when I looked it up. But yeah, like you said, this just proves you don't have to go 25 minutes.
What spot from that match is your favorite?
I don't know if I could pick just one, but I just like how essentially Goldberg came in with 5 storage finishers and he used them right at the beginning of the match. He even had an OMG finisher.
Yeah, we did.
If I had to think of a moment, it'd be Lesnar jumping over the spear.
I love the part where Lesnar taunted and he immediately ate a spear from Goldberg. The camera angle wasn't great because it cut off. You didn't see Goldberg do the run, but you saw Lesnar go down.
But no, that's pretty much it. It's just these two went finisher heavy in a 5-minute match, which we knew Goldberg and Lesnar aren't going to go that long. So we knew it was going to be a sub-10 match, but most people weren't expecting under 5. But for this to be as good as it was in under 5 minutes, shows you that.
Yeah, you don't want
need all
this.
that.
You don't want to go in 10.
I was like, well, Prime Goldberg didn't even want to do it. So, like, that age, Goldberg's not going to do it. I'm a Max of it's just a spectacle. I really like it just because it's a reminder that it's a spectacle. Can you entertain me for a couple minutes? Yeah, the 30-minute bangers are great, but like sometimes boom, 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 hit him, we're done.
Well, and I think they learned from the first match they had at WrestleMania. I know there was a lot of other stuff that tied into why that match didn't work, but they kind of learned, hey, let's just give them what they want. They want to see us hit the finishes, and we'll go home.
That's just like, I don't want to work out there too hard. I want some to go out and eat some steak.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to go into our number 6. It was voted on by everybody but Vitamin J, came in with 13 points. I rated it the highest. When you talk about iconic moments, this was definitely one of 3 legends. This was the greatest way to open a show. We're talking about WrestleMania 30's opening with Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and The Rock. It is 3 icons, 1 ring.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, like you said, we had 3 of the biggest stars in wrestling history, and they still are 3 of the biggest. Now, it didn't really have any storyline to it, just these guys welcoming us to WrestleMania, but it did also have Hulk Hogan misnaming the stadium, so that in itself made it another moment in that segment. That was Stone Cold had to correct him, and The Rock had to correct him. Then we had Rock babies. So, we just had a couple fun moments in this promo.
I just want everyone to know, like, you would never see that type of star power in a ring probably ever again, unless all 3 come back. Just the magnetism of the 3 of probably the top 10 biggest, most important wrestlers in history in one ring.
The only thing you could add is you could put John Cena in there.
Yeah, that'd really be it. Or Ric Flair, but
You don't want Flair in there, not this time, not
No.
now.
Yeah, and I think because they were trying to build, because it was WrestleMania 30 being such a historic WrestleMania, building up to that of really like, that's how you get me excited to start off, because all of us were pumped. We all watched that together. We were all pumped after that, and we were all like, oh my god, because it was first Hogan, which we knew was coming out.
Yeah.
Then Stone Cold comes out. We're like, oh my gosh. Then The Rock comes out, and it was great. And it was funny because I think Stone Cold was later asked about it. He's like, yeah, people said I should have ended why didn't I give a Stone Cold Stunner to both of them? At the end, he's like, it really would have ruined the moment, and that's not what we were out there to do. We were more just there to get you ready for it and to prep you for all the matches. And even The Rock has a line in it where he talks about, because what was it? He was talking about, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, the John Cena's of the world would have never happened. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan telling kids to say their prayers and eat their Wheaties, we'll never have John Cena, who talks about hustle, loyalty, and respect. If it wasn't for Stone Cold fighting the McMahons, you wouldn't have the Daniel Bryans of the world who are going against the authority and trying to be the little guy that fights against their boss. They were building up what was coming to us. And I'm like, I don't know how you're ever going to top that opening. We'll see this year if they try and top it, with it being WrestleMania 40, but...
I mean, what 3 people could you get to compete with that if you were to do something similar?
Yeah, I was like, you
The
really
Rock's
would
already involved in something else.
Yeah, you can't get The Rock, so it's like, yeah, nowadays it's like, I don't think we could ever get that electricity ever again. I was gonna say the best you can get is maybe if you were gonna do it, not to that level, if you did it like maybe 10 years from now, of like, for the newer fans, of if you had like Cena, Cody, and Roman come out. I think for the newer fans, that would be kind of their guys, if you did it like 10 years from now for WrestleMania 50, if you were to do something. It wouldn't be to their level, but that would be the best, I think, for the new age. If it happens, WrestleMania, it was set here first, buddy. Set here first, guys.